This is not financial nor professional advice. This video is for entertainment only. Hey everyone, as promised, this is my rendition of the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's so much more good than bad and ugly. And the bad is just questionable. The ugly is kind of ugly, I gotta admit that. But the bad isn't really bad, it's just questionable. And I don't like to deal with questionable situations, and I usually get out of them. In a good market like this, I own many stocks. In a bad market, I own 0 stocks. I get in and I get out. I'm a swing trader, I guess you would say mainly. I'm not just a day trader. It would be rare for me to day trade, except if I'm shorting something. But I mainly like to go with good stocks. And I will hold them for a long time if they are truly good. And I would say I'm a couple years person on the good stocks. I'm a couple months person on the very good stocks, and I'm a 0 time person on the stocks that start to go down. So let me present the good stocks, which is always the fun part, and which I really won't have enough time to do everything. But these are stocks that I'm going to buy next week. This Monday, and get going with these because they are truly good, and they're kind of based on the home. We want to look at the 6-month chart on C H Robinson because you can see that it's gone down and then recently went up. Well, that's because they did the right thing, okay? They were investing and spending money to get prepared for the Christmas season, and they're ready to go and they're ready to roll. And what they do is trucking, ocean shipping, and air freight. They do it all. They remind me of ARC Best, whose symbol is ARCB. ARC Best does it all also. And these basically are a play on Christmas, okay? They're going to go up. They can't help but go up. There's such a demand for shipping, and it's such a problem for the country right now that this is a swing trade. I think it'll go up past 110. It's valued at 110 right now. The price is 100. Its actual value is about 110. But it's going to increase because earnings are going to increase. Their earnings growth rate is about 22% now, but I expect that to increase even more because of the conditions of the country, and we're needing logistics services so badly. So if it gets up to 115, I'm thinking of selling, and if it goes over 120, I'll probably sell for sure. If it went back to 94 or the low 90s, I would sell. To be successful trading stocks, you want to make sure you get wired, right? You want to be up, you want to be going for it appropriately in good measure. But a stock that'll get you there is buying wire, which is Encore Wire, symbol WIRE. Encore Wire deals with copper and aluminum wiring of various types. So it's a very much needed service. As we look at the 1-month chart, you can see that it's gone up from 94 to 112. Holy bullishness. It's a $2.3 billion company market cap with a 35% earnings growth rate, which is just excellent. If it went below 105, I would sell and then wait for a better time because I would be convinced what I know now, unless there's some other news, that it's going to go back up. So I retreat and try to get in at a lower price, then get back in. Would be my plan if it went below 105. Builders First Service, symbol BLDR. Think of it as builder, BLDR. They manufacture and supply all the components needed to frame and build a house. So they deal a lot mainly with home builders. So you got Builders First Service to build your house. You got Encore Wire to install the electricity, and then you make sure ArcBest and C H Robinson deliver the goods. At least in my imagination, that's how it works. So this is a very home sweet home operation when you put these three together. Builders First Service trades around 59, and it's easily worth over $80. So again, all three of these stocks, the reason I'm saying these to you is they're all undervalued. They're going to go up. Builders First Service market cap is around 12 billion, and their price to earnings ratio is only around 11. So it's a good buy. And its earnings growth rate is a screaming 38%. Wow. You know, I've given you three good stocks today. Have you heard anybody else on YouTube talking about these stocks? I don't think so. I think I'm giving you stocks that are safer and more likely to go up. And next I want to talk about the bad, okay? These aren't really bad. These are more just questionable or just situations I'm not comfortable with. Next, we want to look at the 1 month chart of Meredith Corporation, symbol MDP, which is a TV broadcasting and magazine advertising company that's just been in multiple magazines. And it's being acquired by IAC. And you can see from the chart that MDP, it was going up previously, and now it's just flatlined and it's doing nothing. And that's what drew my attention to it. And there's lawsuits, from what I read and from what I can understand, there's potential lawsuits about IAC, Interactive Corporation, acquiring MDP, Meredith, for less than the price is now, and that's not going to be good for MDP shareholders. So I'm out. I hope I'm understanding this correctly. I think I am, but I won't guarantee it. But that flat line of the price is just a big warning. The other stock was Digital Turbine, whose symbol is APPS, APPS, because they're involved with putting apps on your Android phone and doing the advertising on the Android phones. It rose up nicely. I bought it around 77. It went as high as 89 at one point, and then it just all of a sudden dropped, a one-day drop, a flash drop, and maybe it is just a flash drop. It's around 84 now. But I sold it on the way down. I got out at about 85 something, and I will be happy to jump back in, but I want to know what happened there, and I'm not sure what happened, so I'm out for now, but I'm ready to jump back in on Digital Turbine. What I think's happened is they've gotten overvalued, and they got overvalued because they recently borrowed $900 million to buy $1 billion worth of three advertising companies, which will double its business, and I think it's going to work out long term. But usually it takes companies time to digest these purchases. And so I think for the next quarter or two, they're going to be in the digestion process. And if things go well, they'll probably just trade sideways, and then they should take off. Well, while they're getting ready to take off, I'm just going to be watching from the sideline, and I'm going to jump in when their earnings start to perk up a little bit. I think the main problem may be that it's just not understood how much these three advertising companies are going to add to the revenue of Digital Turbine. I just think it's going to return. It's just when. And lastly, we have the ugly stock, Digital World Acquisition Corporation. This is the Donald Trump stock. It has a market capitalization already of over $3 billion. And it started out It's just been trading since Thursday. It's only been on the market now for 2 days as I'm recording this. It started on Thursday at $10. It went as high as $133. It finished Friday at $94. This is Donald Trump's stock, and he wants to create a platform for his social media. He wants to be his own social media platform so he doesn't have to worry about others casting aspersions on what he can and can't do on a given platform. So he is getting his own platform. No one knows exactly what they're going to do, but you would imagine it would be an analog of something like Twitter, as that was his favorite. It would be something like that, but it'll necessarily be different, I'm sure, too. But this is a stock that's going to go up and down, and it already has shown a range that's just amazing. And this is a day trader's dream. I'm not a day trader usually, but I might go in on trading this. I bought one share just to see what it would do. And I wasn't able to short it, which certainly there were indicators that would point to that being a thing to do. But I think next week sometime they are going to open up a shorting to the general public. So we will see. We will see if it settles down or if it finds a level and goes sideways, or is it going to continue this wild up and down. My thought is with the shorts coming in next week that you're going to see similarly wild movement, and where this goes, nobody really knows. So and when you have no idea where a stock is going and you really have no basis, that is an ugly situation, and maybe I'll just stay away from it. That's all I have for you today. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for listening, and I will try to keep coming up with stocks that you don't necessarily hear about elsewhere.